a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja bichuela y guandules no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que él tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso yo quien te
critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de...
Cause this is heavy metal. Kick metal. Good morning, guys. Look, we are live. We are good to go. We had no technical glitches this morning. Oh man, technically we got a redo. We're redoing yesterday's show. Welcome to 7:10 a.m. guys. Smoke them if you got them. Oh man, I went on Mod Squad yesterday. They did a pop up. And they crucified me, guys. Oh my God. They butchered me for my little, they called it my fit in the morning. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man. Now I can see is the back to retro making the face. Oh, the face. Yes. Yeah, they gave me a hard time, but it was cool. Yeah, invited me over on a pop-up live, and I jumped in the middle. Good times. Good times. No hard feelings. I deserved it. Oh, how's everyone doing this morning? It is Fantastic Friday, guys. I'm excited. I'm ready for the weekend. I don't know about you guys because I've been working hard. No, wait a minute. That's working hard for the money. What's the one? Working hard? No. Working hard towards the weekend? Is that a song? I think it is. I don't know. I know working hard for the money is, but is that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think. It sounds familiar. Anyway, guys, I just woke up, tired, man. I don't know why. I've been tired lately. I started taking my vitamins, doing all that. What's going? Oh, so yesterday because the show got messed up, I wanted to give a moment to remember a great wrestler, guys. A great performer. Passed away yesterday. Superstar Billy Graham. He was an old school guy, man, from the 70s, late 60s, even bled into the 80s a bit. He was the one, man. He was the one who kind of set up everything for Hulk Hogan, for all the flamboyant, man. He was this big bodybuilder, jacked up guy who had charisma coming out. He was tan. He had a big blonde mustache. Yeah, man. He was the original. He was the one who set the trend for your Hulk Hogans, for your Ric Flairs, for your all the wrestlers. So big shout out to Superstar Billy Graham, man. Big bucket of win. Big bucket of win there. What a life. I think he was a preacher. Yeah, he definitely was. And he was from the Phoenix area, guys. He was a homeboy. He's a hometown guy, man. Arizona. He was an Arizona guy, 100% for sure. I don't know in his later days, but yeah, he lived in Arizona for a long time. So yeah, big shout out to Superstar Billy Graham. You will be missed, man. Yeah, big bucket of win as far as his life goes. And a very good tale of why you shouldn't abuse steroids. I mean, I hate to throw it out there like that, but man, he had some health issues early in his later life. Hip, knees, neck. The steroids really took effect on him, man. And long run, not so good. You abuse them, things happen, But he lived a good, long, freaking good life, man. You can't hate on that. So big shout out to Superstar Billy Graham. You will be missed, buddy. You will be missed. All right. We got a good show in store today, guys. We're going to play a little Arizona criminal versus Florida felon. We'll get going on that here in a second. And then we got the craziest things you may have did in the summers of the 1980s. I can attest, knee problems, no joke. Lonnie's a big steroid abuser, man. If you guys see, this dude's all jacked. Lonnie knows. Lonnie knows the abuse, the toll abuse of steroids can take on you. No, Lonnie does have a knee replacement, man. I imagine a hip. They say a hip replacement. Nothing, LOL, born in 85. You remember sucking on a baby bottle in the summer of 85 and 86 and 87. What's a water wiggle? A water wiggle? Oh my God. You never heard of a water wiggle? Oh, thank God no internet in the 80s. Yeah, you had to go out and find shit to do, man. And I don't know. So kids are going to get in trouble regardless. Internet, out and about. Do they get in less trouble being home on the phone than we got into being kicked out of the house and making, hey, Deborah, good morning, good morning. A water wiggle was this water thing that like got all crazy on you. I almost like a what are those guys called? The ones who stand out in front of buildings. They're not real guys. They're the air blower guys. Kind of like that, but with water. I'd be locked up more. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because like we would get kicked out of the house, and Mom would say, "Don't come back till the sun is touching the mountain." We didn't have street lights where I was at, so that's what we did, man. You went out and found shit to do. I remember me and my friend Robert Witzel, just straight outing him. Robert Witzel, slip and slide. That was a good one. Slip and slide was good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Slip and slide was a good one. I remember me and my friend Robert Witzel. It was the summer of. We were on bikes. I want to say it might have bled into the 90s. It might have been like 91, 92, maybe even 90. Maybe 89, 80, 88. Anyway, me and Robert Witzel got into stealing hood emblems. That was like a thing, man. That was a big thing in the 80s. Cadillac hood emblems. You would steal, or Mercedes. That was a big one too. Make necklaces out of them, make keychains, make all sorts of stuff. And we got into that. Boy, he got caught. He got caught and he got in some trouble for it. Everyone. I'll bring mine to Brian. We all have water party in his front yard. Bring one of those big inflatable. We'll put it on the side where my driveway is. Oh, we'll have a blast, guys. We'll have a blast. We'll pump up the music for the city. We'll have a big block party. Oh, the city will love it. The city will love it. Let's do it, guys. Oh, man. Matt Workman, good morning. Let me transistor radios, totally. Man, I had this transistor radio. It also worked to pick up, well, supposedly. I never really heard much. It had a band to pick up air traffic control, but I think you need to be near an airport to get it, and which I wasn't, so maybe that's why it never worked. But I remember I was working at a liquor store. I was about 14. I was bagging ice, stocking shelves, doing that kind of stuff. And I had my radio listening to the Cubs game on the like where they sell like your chips and whatever. And I was working on the inside of the beer cooler stocking beer at 14 years old. And so I leave it on the thing. I'm listening to the Cubs game. And I go and I start stocking the cooler, and I walk out, and my little transistor radio's gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I was 14, so I probably didn't say what the fuck, or maybe I did. And bridge party, yes. And then some dude took it and was like, oh, there's a radio in a store. It's mine. And he was leaving with it. And I'm like, dude, that's my radio. What are you doing? And I remember he's just like, oh, I thought it was just free. And I'm like, it was playing. There was stuff, music coming out of it, the Cubs game. Like what part would you think someone just left it and it was free? It's in a store. uh, anyway, that's my transistor radio story, guys. To grow up in the 80s, guys. I will tell you, this is a very personal story. It's going to expose a lot of my hurt in my life, guys. I was a little heavier of a kid. By today's standards, not at all. But back then, definitely. And I don't know, probably about 20, 25 pounds overweight, maybe that. Like, just a chubby kid. I had baby fat to lose. 12, 13. I ended up losing it all about 14, 15, then gaining it back later on in life and then losing it again. A story of my life. Weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain. You all know how it goes, man. And um so I'm working this Bill's Quick Stop is the name of this liquor store that I worked at. And there was a girl that came in. Her name was Jessica. I always will remember it. And she was about my age. I think she's pretty hot. I don't know, for like at that age. I don't know. I don't know what she looks like now. So that was a weird thing to say for a grown man. But at that age, I was attracted to her. How about that? Not now, but at that age, I was. Okay. Well, if I saw her now, maybe I would be because we're the same age. Anyway. Oh, and I kind of had a crush on her. Young. And so you tell somebody, hey, tell your buddy, hey, man, that chick's pretty good. So he said, I'll hook you up. I'm like, oh, okay. And she comes in the liquor store and she sees me and she just turns around and walks away. The worst. That was the worst, man. That's what I remember from Bill's Quick Stop. But it motivated me to lose weight, motivated me to, become a person, I was a geek, man. I was 14. I didn't know nothing. I'm probably wearing the worst clothes in the world, probably like whatever. Could have been many things, but let's not kid ourselves. But wherever she's at, Jessica, I wish you the best. And not a current Jessica, the past Jessica. Oh, Jessica, I wish you nothing but ill will. Anyway, a little glimpse into side Brian here. All right, guys, who's ready to play? Who's ready to play? Florida felon or Arizona criminal? You guys are going to get to make the call here. Okay, up first, guys. We got the case. Let me see here. We got a case of the modern Robin Hood. Man steals cars. Oh, wait, I think we did that one already. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Okay, hospital wait, guys. Here we go. Man gets tired of waiting at hospital, steals ambulance, and drives home. So a man who can relate with this? Oh, I can totally relate with this. Who's gone to the ER and waited like 5 hours, man? And you're like, enough of this. I'm going to a different ER, and then he straight steals their ambulance and goes home. He's like, fuck this. Where's my car? I don't have it. I'm taking the ambulance. The ambulance brought me here. Oh, so it's taking me home. Oh man, that's the worst waiting at the freaking ER, man. My ex-wife used to frequent ERs. We won't get in the reason why. Nothing to do with me. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we won't get into it. But she used to frequent ERs. So much to the fact that I would just drop her off and I'd go home and go back to sleep. That's how bad it got. But I know, man, dude, they take 5, 6, 7 hours sometimes. And depending on if you're there frequently, which she was, and you guys can put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, it takes forever, man. So why wouldn't you say, screw this, they're not going to see me, I'm taking their ambulance and I'm going home? Isn't that how Florida Man started on Netflix? I haven't seen it. Is it good? I need to watch that. But it is Florida, guys, a Florida man. It could have been Arizona, though. We got some bad ERs here, man. We got some bad ERs. So it could have been either, but it was Florida, guys. All right. I got to watch Florida Man now. All right. Cleverest camo. Man tries to rob GameStop by wearing transparent bag on his head. Oh, that reminds me of what movie was it where they put the pantyhose on their head and they're like, these smell funny, man. Where did you get these from? Got them from my mom's underwear drawer. These smell horrible, man. And then they go to rob somebody. And little Todd, is that you? Is that you, Johnny Mathis? Like, I don't know what movie that was, but yeah. Oh, that's cool. Everyone's saying Arizona. Everyone is saying Arizona, guys, but I tricked you. It is Florida, guys. It is Florida. Yeah, man tries to rob GameStop while wearing a bag on his head, a transparent bag on his head. Where's my stupid mouse at? There it is. There's a comment here. Let's see what the comment says. Wearing a bag on his head, this alone shows that he's a not smart guy. My 2-year-old knows it's not a good idea putting a plastic bag on your head. That is true, especially a transparent one. Isn't that like, that could get you killed, right? Like, isn't that when you're a kid, you tell your kids not to put the bag on their head? Maybe he didn't have good parents. Maybe he did not have good parents, guys. All right. Let's get into this next one. I can find one here. Okay. Squatter demands to speak with Floyd Mayweather after his arrest. Squatting in a house for sale. A man demanded to speak with boxing champion Floyd Mayweather after his arrest. I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to do that next time. Hopefully I never get arrested again. But be like, man, I demand to speak to Floyd Mayweather, not Junior. I want Senior. Get him down here. Get him down here now. Suffocation, defecation, no breathing, or whatever the song said. We got a mix, guys. We got some Florida. We got some Arizona coming in on this one. I'll give you guys the finish. Yeah. Why Floyd Mayweather, of all people? Like, usually you want your lawyer. I want Floyd Mayweather, damn it. Get him in here. It is Arizona, guys. It is both. Oh, it is an Arizona, guys. Oh God. Yeah, this one can go either way. This one's a good one. I got to read this one. All right. So the article was, this is a little sicker than I thought. Okay, man talks to underage girl online. Tells police he was only asking her to do his dishes. Is this Florida or Arizona, guys? A man developed an online relationship with a girl who he believed was 15 years old by sending him nude photos of himself. You know, guys, never send nude photos to any underage person. Don't even talk to underage people online. Just don't do it. But guys, just don't send nude photos either. No one wants to see your winky. No one wants to see the male body is horrible. We're just horrible. No one wants to see it, guys. No one likes dick pics. Go ahead and just don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. Court records show that a man sent multiple nude pictures and videos of himself and other men to a girl and invited her over to his house to clean dishes and engage in sexual activities. Hey, I know we're flirting, but when you get over here, could you wash my dishes for me? um, Started an undercover officer posing as a 15-year-old. He met her through online social media. The girl sent the girl over 10 new photos of himself and reportedly new video. Police say invited the girl to his home to clean dishes and have sex. Because that's, you know what? I don't care how old you are. There's nothing more romantic. Hey, you want to come over and wash dishes and have sex? It is sick, very sick. We shouldn't make light of it. Thank God it was an undercover. Thank God the guy was an idiot. It's very Polk County, Florida. He's even naming the county. Oh, back to retro's like, no, I got this, guy. Step back. You want a dishes and chill? Does he give her a juice box at least afterwards? A Lunchable? Come on. No, that should not make light of that, guys. I hate this shit, and people like that, I believe, should be castrated, if not killed. If they say that there's no, if they say that there's no correction for this behavior, then it needs to be corrected. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough of that. No politics on this, guys. No politics. Just no. Oh, it is an Arizona man. Arizona man, guys. Could have went either way on that one. Just be careful, guys, man. People get accused of shit all the time. I have a good friend I grew up with, man. Since kindergarten, we were best friends, and ran the Tweaker cruise together. We ran freaking a long time, man. And we went our separate ways. We both did time for different things. Drug related, violence related. Good guy. I mean, honestly, one of the nicest guys I met, man. I would trust him with my life. We've known each other for that long. And if I got into a mix of something, I would probably call him and be like, hey, dude. I wouldn't because he has a family and stuff now. But he got into a mess, man, when he was about 20, 22, 21. And a female accused him, not underage. No. But a female accused him of something. She was married, got caught having an affair, flipped the script, and he had to accept a plea bargain, and he's been paying for it ever since, man. And I 100% believe that whatever happened didn't happen. I've known this guy my whole life, so just don't get in those situations, guys, man. Don't because the girl looks of age doesn't mean she is. You know what? We're all old, man. What do we need to be talking with anyone under 30? Let's be honest, man. I remember dating a girl when I first got divorced. I was 33, and she was young, like of age. She had a kid, had her own apartment, had a job, but she was like 19, 20. And we got along good for like a couple months. And then like she started asking me all these questions about like how do stoplights work and how does this, tell me about when Ronald Reagan was shot. And they like just made me feel like there was just such a gap, man, that I just was like, yeah, I'll never date outside my bubble again. There's just no point to it. But yeah, just be careful out, guys. It's a crazy world. That's where I was born and raised, Polk County. That's funny that he was like, that's a Polk County story right there. All right, guys. Man breaks into jail to hang out with his friends. Is this a Florida criminal or a Florida felon or Arizona criminal, guys? A man breaks into jail. My friends are in there. I want to hang out. I'm going to break into jail and hang out with them. Oh, man. Oh, man. Horrible. uh, that's crazy. You know what, man? I'll tell you guys a funny story. So I've been open about it, guys. I got into a bunch of trouble when I was a kid. Went down a different path. We've talked about the Colt that stole my girlfriend, my high school sweetheart. We've talked about the Colt, and yeah. So straight up, my high school girlfriend was stolen by a Colt, a religious cult, and had her married off within like a year to some mid preacher guy, and they went out to start a church, and they're not with the church anymore. But anyway, it was a whole big deal, and I was depressed, man. I went on a run. I went on a methamphetamine fueled like me against the world, just boom, that whole summer, man. And shoot, can't remember what. Oh, so I got in some trouble, like we would do, and I had to do a little time. Serve my serve my purpose to society, pay my debts to society. I had to do that. So I was in county jail, 19 years old, doing 6 months, and learned a lot. Learned a lot that I didn't want to be in jail. But they used to show movies on Friday nights. So you would come in. I was on a work crew, so I'd come in and they'd give you your sack lunch, which would be like a grinder sandwich, like a sub sandwich, and chips. And it was like the best night of the week, man. For jail, it was the best night of the week. Did I freeze up again? Well, I guess the first time today, but so I'll finish telling the story, guys. Let me fix this. So on Fridays they would show movies. What was her name? Frida. Frida was her name. This little old lady that worked at the jail who did like the commissary and like the extra stuff. Frida. Nice lady. Probably passed away by now because that was a long time ago and she was pretty old, but great, great lady. So she would go to Blockbuster. This is how long ago this was. She would go to Blockbuster and rent like whatever movies were popular at that time. And every once in a while, Frida wouldn't realize there was some kind of sex scene. Oh man. And the jail would go off like wildfire. But one time she rented a horror movie. I forget what it was. And I'm sitting there in the day room. I'm watching the movie and I get a little scared. I'm 19. I'm just a kid. I get a little scared. I'm like, oh shit, what if murderers come into this place? And I look around, I'm like, it'd be fucking stupid because we are murder. I wasn't, but you know what? It's just I should be worried about the people in jail. I'm worried about someone trying to break in. Like, then you realize, yeah, no one's good. That's not happening. A lot worse stuff is happening where I'm at. Nah, it was all good where I was at. But yeah, so this guy just wanted to spend some time with his friends, man. So he breaks in to the jail. Is this a Florida man or a Florida felon or Arizona criminal, guys? This is Florida felon. That's right. Sometimes you just miss your friends. You want to hang out down at the swamp with your friends and you can't, so you go to jail. I spent 4 months in what was soon after raided by the ACLU, St. Thomas, and U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Oh man. Yeah, I got caught. I got caught a lot. But I learned my lesson. And you know what I like to say, guys? Like, I don't regret it. I regret some of the people I hurt, maybe, like, my drug abuse, my parents. Dad gave me, yeah, I did. Hang on, guys. All right. A 76 Dodge van. It was on rims. It was his baby. It was orange. It was pretty badass. Had a bed in the back. I don't know why you're giving it to a 17-year-old, but I trashed it, man. And I've always felt horrible about it, like really, really bad. And so I had a couple years back, I had the money, I had the opportunity to him a 68, I believe, Ranchero. and drove it up. It's green. It's all low ridered out. It's enough work to where he's retired now, to where he can keep busy working on it. But it looks nice to where if he drove it right now, people would be like, ooh, ah. Like a matter of fact, just the 2 days I had it, I went and bought it up in Vegas, drove it back, and just the 2 days I had it, people were pulling me over, saying, "What kind of car is this? Oh my God!" So I was glad I was able to do that, but still, man, and I was able to give my mom some nice things as well. But yeah, man, drug abuse, man, you don't really realize that the people that you hurt until years later. Like even drug addicts, man, you're like, "Hey, I'm better now, guys. How's everything going?" But you still stole from me. You still called me a piece of shit. You did whatever. There's certain you got to make up for that, man. Um, Woo, not, yeah, yeah, not good, guys. Yeah, at least we all learn, and I like to, we all. So I went, I should have went to college with, but I went a different route. But we all ended up at the same place. I just have a lot cooler stories to share than they do. And that's a fact. Do they have prison shower stories? I seriously doubt it. Do they have stories having to poop in front of 7 men? I seriously doubt it. But I do. Do they have stories? Well, they might. About having to watch other people poop and how they do it really weirdly. Like some people stand up, some people get completely naked. You learn a lot when you're locked in a room with 7 men. You learn a lot, guys. All right, we're gonna do one more of these, and we're gonna get into our main course, guys. Our main course. Man threatens to shoot victims with tranquilizer gun filled with HIV. Wow. I think this one could go either way. Man threatens to shoot victims with a tranquilizer gun filled with HIV. It's not funny, but it is. Like, I could imagine the 911 dispatcher. Thank you for calling 911. How may we help you? What's your emergency? He has a gun, a tranquilizer gun, and it's full of HIV, and he's going to shoot us. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? It's full of HIV. Did you say it's full of Ohio? Oh, Merlin. Mod Squad's from Ohio too. He's from Ohio, so he can say that. Mod Squad, don't get upset. Did you say HIV? Yeah, it's full of HIV. Yeah, oh man, did you learn anything, Lonnie? Only to take 15 minutes to figure it out. Oh man. Let some of these get in here, guys. So is this a Florida felon or an Arizona criminal? We are looking at, and I'm going to pick one random comment on this, guys, and you're going to get something nice to win. We'll announce that on Monday's morning show. All right. We got some Floridas. We got some Arizona. We got an Ohio. Ohio versus everybody, guys. Ohio versus everybody. This is a man from Mesa, Arizona. This is definitely an Arizona crime. A man from Payson, Arizona, of course, threatened to infect Mesa residents with HIV, demanding money from them. Courts show that on August 18th, the first set of victims received a letter demanding $2,000, or they and their families would have HIV injected in them with a tranquilizer gun. Police reported the threatening letters included names and addresses of family members of the victims. The letter also included a picture of a tranquilizer dart gun with a dart capability containing and delivering a biological agent into a living target. Police say the next day letters were sent out to several victims with similar demands and threats. On September 21st and 26th, the victims received another set of letters that they were instructed to go to certain locations at a certain time, find a walkie-talkie. In the walkie-talkie conversations In the walkie-talkie conversation, a man later identified as 30-year-old John Patrick Wilcox instructed them to drop the money in a bag with a green glow stick located in the south side of US 60 between Higley Road and Superstition Springs Boulevard. Police were watching the place and saw a drone flying in the area circling the drop location. After a few orbits, the drone picked up the package and delivered it to a nearby car. Wilcox was taken into custody after at gunpoint after a traffic stop. Police said they found a drone which modified pickup packages, a walkie-talkie, and a voice distortion device. Wilcox has been charged with multiple counts of theft by extortion. Wow, that's like mastermind shit. You got drones picking up the money. He's sitting in a car with a voice change. That sounds like a movie, man. Is that why he keeps putting water in it? Oh my God, man. Oh my God. That is crazy. All right, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes today. The main event. We got you know what, guys? I'm busy, man. It isn't a conspiracy. I just need time to get it together, man. I do 3 shows a day. I got a lot. There's no conspiracy. We will do it tonight on Baked and Unboxed at 5. There's no conspiracy. We will do it. All right, let's get into this, guys. The craziest things we did in the summer of the 1980s. Oh, we got. Oh, let's see what we got here. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second.
From the WWE and G.I. Joe, the real American hero. You're watching the Daily Dank. Don't touch that dial, and that's that order. Have I made myself clear? Good. Then do it, right? Do it. Do it.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, guys. So things of the 80s that we did in the summer. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. All right. First up, waiting all afternoon for your favorite video on MTV. Who remembers this? Who remembers this, man? What was it? TRL? Did we have TRL when I was a kid? It was the afternoon countdown show, but I don't think it was TRL. I think no, you guys are all good. I'm just saying, man. Like I have a lot of balls in the air. So if I forget something, guys, you gotta forgive me and you gotta roll with it, man. Like 3 shows a day. I mean, like you guys see the half hour. It takes the hour morning show takes an hour, like maybe 2 hours to prep, get it ready. Upload. Same with the afternoon show, guys. So I'm putting in 5-6 hours a day, if minimum. And, we're doing 3 shows a day. So, if I forget some stuff, please forgive me, guys. It isn't out of malice. It isn't a freaking conspiracy. It isn't anything like that. It's just me trying to balance all this, guys. I'm doing it all by myself, man. And I apologize if I don't get to something in a timely fashion, but man, I'm busy, and I promise I'll get to these roaches today. I got a lot of stuff going on. My girlfriend left me. I just got a lot of stuff going on, guys. I'm trying to sort everything out. So I'm sorry if we haven't got to the roaches, but we will. I promise. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, MTV guys. Yeah, waiting for all afternoon for your favorite video on MTV. I remember Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, ruling the countdown every day, man. That was a big summer of me. What was it? You Give Love a Bad Name. That song was like, was it? Yeah, You Give Love a Bad Name. It was, yeah. That song was #1 on the freaking charts for the longest time. Oh man. Yeah, that day I remember, yeah, you'd come home, you'd just wait, you'd wait for that list. And I get it, guys. I know, I get it, man. I wasn't trying to be snappy or anything. Man, I'm overwhelmed at times. Like, I got a lot of stuff happening, guys, and I appreciate all your love and support. I really, really do. And sometimes, man, it just gets overwhelming. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, and like I said, a lot of personal stuff going on that I haven't publicly said anything about. And then the bank, like, man, it was a bad. It's been a busy month, man. It's been a really busy month. A lot of stuff happening. Stuff I didn't plan for. So I'm just trying to get it done, guys. I appreciate you. I'm not trying to be snappy, not trying to be rude or anything. I apologize if it came off like that. I'm just, yeah, a lot of stress, guys. I haven't said this publicly. My girlfriend left me. My girlfriend left me last week. 5 years, we lived together. She don't feel sorry for me. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, But she told me she had planned it for months and months, and then told me 3 days before she was leaving to move to Indiana or wherever the hell they're moving. So, that's a lot, man. I had to deal with a lot in a short amount of time. And then weeks before that, I had stuff going on, and this bank thing immediately after, guys. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff, and if I forget the roaches, I'm sorry, man. We're doing giveaways, we're doing 3 shows a day. It's a lot, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying so hard to keep everything afloat, and I appreciate your patience, and I'm sorry if I got snappy. All right, let's get back into this. Oh, I felt like I was talking to my ex-girlfriend. I'm like, I'm sorry. No, I'm not depressed. I'm not. It's not a bad thing, guys. Everything runs its course. I loved her. I wish her the best in the world. But sometimes things run its course, and you just do it. And you move on. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm trying. All right, what else we got? Wearing only neon, guys. Who remembers this? Oh my God. I remember I had a pair of fluorescent lime green Jimmy Z shorts. Who remembers Jimmy Z? They were like a surfer short. And I remember they were like the first pair of board shorts. They weren't technically board shorts, but they were kind of the same material. And yeah, I love those shorts. And the sad part was because I was a a bigger guy, bigger kid, that I stole my dad's pair of Jimmy Z shorts, I think, that he had bought, and I just took them over. My poor dad stole his Girl Scout cookies. He had to hide them from me. I was a mess as a kid, guys. Oh, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all you guys. And I know you guys are out there for help and stuff, and sometimes I feel bad because you guys already do so much, and I just try to tackle it all and take it all on. And Florida, I'm a Florida felon. What? Oh, yeah. So, I am the Florida felon. I stole my dad's shorts. Yeah. So, guys, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't. I'm just, yeah, like I said, man, this is a lot. And I'm working it out. I'm scheduling better. And I think now that I have the house to myself a lot more, I can do these a lot more freer. I can be myself, man. It was hard when people are around and you're trying to film these shows. And I got her teenage daughter at the house, and her stupid boyfriend that refuses to wear pants in someone else's house. And yeah, that's a whole story we need to get into sometime. This little asshole. This little asshole, fucking Matthew is his name. Who goes to somebody else's house and just takes off your damn pants and walks around? Am I just old? Am I just stuck in my ways? Is that a new thing of doing? This little ass just takes off his pants and his shirt. And he's just walking around like, hey, can I get a drink? You're not wearing clothes, dude. What are you doing? Some people's kids. Anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy that. Yeah, that's literally something I had to address. Why isn't your boyfriend wearing pants in my house? Everybody's home. Literally everybody's home. It wasn't like we caught them doing something. Literally, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. The door's wide open. This dude gets up and he's not wearing pants or a shirt, and he's walking around the living room. Oh, yeah, but I don't have to deal with that anymore. So there's like a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of positives, and I can get my work schedule down now a little better with the shows and stuff, guys. So things will get a little tighter. I apologize. I'm not avoiding the roaches. I get so wrapped up in doing the shows and what we're talking about that I forget. And then, at the end, I'm like, oh, damn it. And then I do another show, and then I do the 420 show. And then, yeah, it's a lot. I will get to it today, guys. I'm leaving a sticky note to remind myself. Okay. So we will be all good, guys. We will be all good. All right. Neon. Neon was the color of the 80s, guys. Oh my God. Who remembers Nancy Reagan? Just say no, guys. Oh man, just say no. Nancy fucking Ray Bush. I remember who said that? Oh, it was in that movie Stone Cold. I don't know how this movie keeps coming back around, but Brian Bosworth. It was the guy who played an American Me who's in that movie. I can't think of his name. He says that he's like, well, Nancy fucking Ray Bush. Just say no was a drug campaign, guys, to let the kids know, even though people are pushing drugs on you, just say no. Who remembers the DARE program? You know what, man? It's kind of a similar situation. I would say on both ends. So there was a lot of when Ronald Reagan left office years later, and his memoirs came out, and it was discovered he had dementia for bad dementia for like the last 2-3 years of his presidency, and Nancy was kind of running the show behind the scenes, taking care of him, pointing him in the directions he needed to go in. And similar to what we're facing now with that Dianne Feinstein, they're saying she has all this stuff and she has dementia. She's had it for years and everyone knows. And they're trying to get her to resign. And a lot of people are saying that about Biden. We don't talk politics, so I'm not going to get into that. But I mean, when presidents have dementia and health issues or people in power, should there be an honest third-party doctor that then makes them fit for duty or not? I believe there should be. I believe it should be an independent, not associated with anything to do with the government, comes in and gives his honest assessment. Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff about the Reagan's presidency, and just say no was one of the big things. But do you remember the DARE program in school? And they would come in with that briefcase full of drugs. Who remembers that? It was they opened up the briefcase and it was like plexiglass. And they had every different drug so you could see what they look like. And you were just like, oh, I'm going to steal that son of a bitch. I'm running home with the briefcase full of drugs. Oh, man. Oh, man. Just say go. Just say go. I just got that, Matt Workman. Horrifyingly watching President Reagan's assassination attempt. I remember seeing this on TV, man. I was a little kid. I had a little black and white Curtis Mathis with the big and I remember I was home from school that day, and they they showed it on the news and all that. Man, that was crazy. The president hadn't realized JFK, right, was the last president to get shot. We were still kind of, healing from it. That didn't go away at that time. And so, man, when Reagan got shot, it brought up a lot of mixed emotions. And I remember commercials with her and her kids and token Asian and black kids. Yeah, they did. They had to sprinkle some color in there. Oh, Fred McGruff. No, Fred McGruff was the baseball player. McGruff, the crime dog, was the Nova Mike. If McGruff the crime dog was the drug dog, Fred McGruff was a baseball player who hit like 50 home runs one season. Oh, that was good. That was so good. That made me feel good, guys. That made me feel really good. All right. Thinking max headroom was the future. I remember renting this from the local video store, the mom and pop, and being a little different than I thought. But yeah, everyone thought that max headroom was going to be the future, that we would have this kind of uh, AI kind of life, which we kind of have now, but in a different. Are we going to see? Are we going to see? Which half is Asian? McGruff was awesome. That's funny. Original AI. That's what I'm saying. Do you guys think we see a day where you have like a guy who can talk like that and move? AI is getting pretty advanced. If it's gonna come soon, it's gonna come really soon. I would the lower half. Charlie. Who remembers New Coke and Coke reinventing their recipe? That was a big deal, man. New Coke didn't last but a minute. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I don't remember New Coke really. I don't remember the taste. I remember the jazz about it, the marketing campaign, but I don't remember what it tastes like. But you know what, man? I love me some old Coke. Not like old in age, but like old school Coke. McDonald's Coke, man, is the best. I had you know what? Today's like a show of honesty, guys. Today's like an NA meeting or some crap. I've had gastric bypass. I think I mentioned it before. I used to be real secretive of it, guys, because for whatever reason, society points it out as like the easy way out. Believe me, it ain't the easy way out. Oh my God, man, it was hard. But I've had a gastric bypass, and I don't know what that had to do with anything. What? Oh, and one of my hiccups was Coke, McDonald's Coke, man. I was addicted. I still kind of am. Like I'll treat myself every once in a while. But yeah, man, McDonald's Coke. There's something different about it, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the causes of my weight fluctuation and not losing it. You'd be surprised what calories are in those empty calorie kind of meals. All right, guys, what do we got next? Princess Diana becomes Lady Diana becomes Princess Diana. Yeah, this was a big deal. The royal wedding. Hey, I was gonna actually ask you. I was gonna in private. I was gonna see if I know it's a private thing, so I didn't want to ask you on the air. But since you mentioned it, I wanted to see if you would be interested in doing a podcast about your journey, and I'd be on it with you, and I could tell my tales. We could give tips and that kind of stuff, because it's a journey. Like it's a big journey. It's it's gonna be you're gonna have a lot of self discovery. It's different. Like hopefully your doctors and did all the stuff. But yeah, I think that would be really cool, and it would be great to see your journey through it. And yeah, but I'll message you for sure. Sorry guys. Yeah, that wedding was huge. The royal wedding, man. Especially then, that was like a fairy book. You had a normal Lady Diana. You know what I mean? Who was going to become princess, and she was pretty, and you're like, this is a Disney princess. Oh my God. And then, tragedy happened. The royals happened. All that happened. But yeah, for that summer, man, the royal wedding was huge. Keeping your valuables in your fanny pack. Back to retro. I know you're wearing a fanny pack right now. You got your calculator, you got your little snacks, you got your beard oil in there. Oh man. We gathered at Tea Party to watch. Did you really, Teresa Deller? That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Did you bring your fanny pack? That is the question, though. When it came to financial security in the fashion in the 80s, the kangaroo was everybody's role model. Yes, fanny packs are utterly ridiculous, and yet it's not hard to love the accessory that makes the most accessible and keeps them safe. Oh, look. What does he say? Fanny packs are great for cons. uh, he fires back. You got to watch out for Back to Retro. He'll fire back at you. Oh, man. More people watched Luke and Laura get married than Princess. I would not be surprised with that. I would not be surprised with that. That was a big thing. Luke and Laura. What was that? All My Children, or one of those soap operas. But yeah, I remember that being a big deal. That being a really big deal. I have a red one that says "This used to be over." It was from a wrestling podcast, fanny pack. Man, wrestlers love the fanny packs, muscle pants and fanny packs. That's how you could tell someone was a wrestler in the 80s and the 90s. Working out with Jane Fonda. My mom had many Jane Fonda workout tapes floating around our house, man. I hate Jane Fonda. I'll be honest. I think she's a freaking cunt. Excuse my language. Any freaking traitor, she's a traitor. She's a traitor to the country, man. She went and even though I wasn't born, and should I care? She went to North Vietnam or whatever Vietnam we were fighting, and went and fucking supported their troops and hung out with their tanks and looked all stupid. Now she looks like a freaking a Muppet. She looks like a Muppet, like a puppet head. You know what she looks like now? I just saw her in a movie called The Book Club. Hanoi Jane, yeah. I just saw her in a movie called The Book Club in a commercial for it. She looks like oh, not Jeff Foxworthy. Who's the guy with the puppets? The ventriloquist guy, and he has like the old man, and he has like the jalapeno pepper. You guys know who I'm talking about? She looks like somebody stuck the fucking jalapeno pepper face on a freaking body, on like a stick body. She's had so much plastic surgery. She just doesn't look human. She looks like a freaking, like, she's almost to a cat. She actually is beyond cat. Jeff Dunham, yeah. She looks like the freaking jalapeno. It's all, her face is all tight, and yeah, horrible, man. She just needs to go away. She just needs to go. No one likes you, Jane Fonda. You suck. Personal rant. Sorry, guys. Flipping the tapes to the other side. Oh my God. Yeah, having to rewind to listen to the song again. You'd be in your car listening to a cassette in your living room, listening to a vinyl record in your living room on the hi-fi, and all of a sudden the music would just stop. If you wanted to keep rocking out, you had to stop what you were doing and take out the cassette or pick up the vinyl and turn it over. Yes, in the 80s, listening to your favorite music was work, guys. Was work. Oh, man. Have a good one, Teresa Deller. Have a good one. All right. Yeah, man. So, and then rewinding the tape. If you had that one song that you liked, you'd have to rewind it and get back to it. Oh, man. A lot of work. Worshipping hair bands. Yeah, we talked about this on the MTV one. Bon Jovi, Rat, Poison, White Snake, Warrant. Who were some of your guys's? Should we do a show on here? The POWs give her notes to give families before she left. Oh, man. Are you serious? I didn't know that. That even makes it worse. Oh man. Hopefully I didn't upset you with my Jane Fonda rant there, Teresa Deller. Yeah, man, hair bands were the great. Oh man. Using Dawn to clean birds during the Exxon Valdez oil spill. Yeah, remember that Valdez oil spill, man? That thing wiped out. You know what? I'm going to see if I can get some tickets to Power Trip now. Charlie, definitely. Constantly anticipating nuclear war. Yeah, man, you didn't know that was always a thing in the 80s. I remember them talking about it. A lot of movies that show you like what you should do. Oh man, crazy. Oh my God, I was just as guilty as this as anybody, trying to learn how to break dance. Can you imagine this non-dancing son of a bitch trying to get out there dancing, man? I was horrible. I was horrible. Yeah, trying to be cool, but not being cool. uh, Buying your first VCR. I remember this, guys. I told this story before because a Cub Scout mother hated that we had a VCR. My dad was a technophobe, a technophilia, a technophobia. He loved technology, and he loved to have the new stuff. And so at that time where we lived, you had to go to Las Vegas to go shopping. And he went and bought a new VCR, and it was the one that like the lid lifted up and you shoved the tape in and you pushed it down and had the big buttons that you had to push, and it was in military time. Oh, I remember that thing was awesome. And I remember Cub Scouts, they were trying to figure out where to have a meeting at somebody's house, and this lady who was jealous of our family, I guess. Her son was a little asshole. Scott was his name, but anyway, um, he she I remember her saying, "Why don't we have it at Brian's mom's house? They have a VCR." Ooh. And like everyone like, "What?" Like, yeah, it was a total looking back as a kid, I didn't get it, but hearing it as an adult, you're like, "Oh, this chick. This chick. This was the original Karen right here." Yeah, I used to do yeah, so you could still movies. I used to do editing on two I would try to like do a mix of movies and stuff on a VHS, and I would like mix it, yeah, between two VCRs. Oh man. All right, guys, we're getting down the debut of the Macintosh Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, this thing was like super super freaking anticipated, man. It was 60 seconds of some kind of crazy commercial that didn't really hit because of it didn't really feature much of the product, and so people were confused. Yeah, it was different, guys. Apple had a different vision of stuff. All right. Oh, did I freeze up? Being obsessed with solving the Rubik's Cube. Who walked around all summer trying to figure this stupid thing out? Um, Man, I don't know, man. I'm not good at math by any means, but I think you have to be pretty good at figuring out equations just normally in your head to figure out these Rubik's cubes. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I didn't have the attention span to do it. Got our first VCR in 1982. My dad bought an expensive Panasonic stereo, four-head one. Lasted 30 years. Yeah, I think my dad still has our original one. My brother had it, passed to him in college. Yeah, man. They built stuff to last back then. What about Mr. T and pitting his fools, guys? We were introduced to Mr. T in the summer of 82 in Rocky 2. And boy, he just took off. He went viral when going viral wasn't a thing. All right, MASH, guys. What about the final series finale of MASH? Man, this thing was a juggernaut. 11 seasons it went, considered one of the greatest shows of all time, if not the greatest show of all time. Dealt with the Korean War and the surgeons dealing with it. It was comedic. So, I watched a lot of MASH as a kid, man. It was on syndication on regular TV. So you just watch the hell out of it all the time. Yeah, the last episode was very highly anticipated. Garfield phones, guys. Garfield phones. Um, Man, who didn't have a Garfield phone? Well, a lot of us didn't. I didn't. But I have a Garfield clock now. A digital old school clock. Yeah, back in the day, you would take it to the repair shop, not just throw it away. That's a good point. Yeah, man, the Garfield phones, that one, and the football phones. Who remembers football phones from Sports Illustrated? The little flip football phones, man. Or I think they might have had a big one too. If you got a subscription to Sports Illustrated, you would have got one of these phones. That was like their their selling deal. Treat Your Mother Right by Mr. T. I remember that. All right, guys. Last but not least, crafting a mixtape. Oh, you know, there are some good times. Like if you're crafting a mixtape for a party, crafting a mixtape for a road trip, that's fine. Let me tell you a story about adult Brian, 33-year-old Brian, making a mixtape for a young lady, my age, not a young lady. When I was single, I just got out of my marriage. I was 32, 33, and I was dating this girl, and I was super in love with her. She broke up with me to get back with her ex-boyfriend or janitor from high school or some nonsense, man. We should get into those stories one time. All the ways Brian, all the excuses Brian's heard to be broken up with. We got a lot. Literally, the janitor from my high school contacted me, and I always had a crush on him, and we're getting together. That was literally one of them. That was literally no joke. That was one of them. But I was dating this girl, and she broke up with me, and I was heartbroken. I made her a fucking mixtape. Worst thing that I could have ever done in my life. To this day, if I see her around, I just put my head down and I'm like, ugh, what was I thinking? What was I doing? Oh, the things you do, guys, when you're heartbroken. It worked when I was 16. Why wouldn't it work when I was 32? It's only been 16 years, you know. Tell a kid now, what does a pencil and a tape cassette have in common? Oh man, who remembers that? When your tape player would eat your tape and you have to get your pencil and get it all back in. And if it was done in a car, you might as well just forget about it. Like, yeah, the car stereos would straight up eat them. I remember, what's the movie, Last Boy Scout, where he's don't fast forward eats the tape, and he's like, how the fuck would I know? But yeah, that was the 80s in a nutshell right there, guys. So that was the craziest things we did in the summer in the 1980s, guys. Oh man, thank you for joining me. Sorry about yesterday, guys. Technical difficulties. It seems like we're all good. I think I have a bad dongle, which a lot of people have told me. You got a bad dongle. I think I got a bad dongle. Every time I would plug it in or try to switch, it seemed like it shorted out that particular USB, which then shorted out the computer. And then I threw a fit. Like back to retro mods, I threw a fit. I was freaking out. I was cursing. I was throwing things. I was freaking out, guys. Yeah, 84 Olympics was a big freaking deal too, man. I remember that. That was huge. 84 Olympics. Huge. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We got a baked and unboxed. We got a couple mystery bags. We're blind bags, they're called, that we're going to be unboxing today. We'll be giving away some cool stuff. We'll be getting into some really cool weed, a lot of different stuff, guys. Appreciate you, guys. Like I said, I'm just overwhelmed. So I appreciate you guys. Don't message the Mod Squad. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no. I don't need to even say that. I'll have Kevin give me. All right, guys. What the hell? Some of my streams are having issues, guys. Well, I'm going to end this anyway. If you guys can see me, have a great day. Take care of one another. Sorry if you can't. I will see you at 420.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll see you guys. Take care of one another. No feet.